Lecture, Module 9, The Origin and Influence of Greek and Latin Terms in the Arts and Modern Literature. Every discipline, including art and literature, uses a specific language to express complex concepts. Many of the terms we use today in English to describe literary genres, artistic movements, and rhetorical techniques have deep roots in Greek and Latin. Understanding the origin of these words brings us closer to classical culture and allows us to appreciate the continuity and evolution of ideas throughout the centuries. Consider poetry, derived from the Greek verb poiesis, making, referring to creation and artistic production. Poetry is the oldest and most universal form of art, a means by which humanity has sought to shape its thoughts and feelings through rhythm and sound. Take the word tragedy. Today, we use it to describe works like Shakespeare's Hamlet or Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, but the term originates from the ancient Greek tragodia, which literally means goat song. This curious and archaic image takes us back to the origins of Athenian theater, where tragic drama was a religious ceremony that explored the sufferings and challenges of heroes and kings, confronting man with his destiny and the mysterious forces that govern the universe. On the other hand, consider the word comedy, which derives from the Greek komodia. This term combines komos, meaning revel or festive procession, and oid, meaning song, initially referring to a form of entertainment that involved humor and often satirical commentary. Unlike tragedy, comedy distorts life, turning human flaws into reasons for laughter. Aristophanes, the great comic playwright of ancient Greece, used comedy to criticize his contemporaries, playing with paradox and irony. This tradition continues today, from Molière's light-hearted theater to Woody Allen's films, showing how comedy is a sharp weapon that cuts through hypocrisy and reveals the truth through laughter. But Greece also gave us rhetoric, from rhetoric, the art of speaking well and persuading. In the public square of ancient Athens, citizens gathered to listen to orators, who, with skillful wordplay and argumentative structures, could win over or destroy an idea. Rhetoric, therefore, is not just a technique but an art that has shaped politics, philosophy, and literature for centuries. Even today, when we read a powerful speech or follow a debate, we witness the legacy of this ancient tradition. And what about epic, from ancient Greek epikos, which in turn derives from epos? This term immediately recalls images of vast battlefields, of heroes fighting for eternal glory. But the origin of this word is more intimate. Epos, in Greek, means word or story. It was how stories were passed down before writing existed, through the voices of bards who narrated the deeds of heroes like Achilles or Odysseus. If we think of our modern culture, these epics have transformed but never disappeared. They have only adapted to new media, from cinema to video games, continuing to tell stories of courage and sacrifice. Greek also gave us the term lyric, from ancient Greek lyrikos, which in turn derives from lyra, lyre, indicating a poetic form initially sung to the accompaniment of the lyre, a musical instrument. Lyric poetry was not just a way to express personal feelings, it was a way to connect directly with the gods, love, and nature. This intimate connection between words and emotion has survived in love poems, the songs we listen to, and in every moment when words become a means to express what is in our hearts. Speaking of connections, we cannot ignore aesthetics, a term derived from the Greek aesthetikos, meaning sensitive, perceptible by the senses. Aesthetics is the study of beauty, art, and taste. But what makes something beautiful? This question has fascinated philosophers and artists for millennia, from ancient Greece to the Renaissance, up to contemporary discussions on modern art. In a world where images and sounds surround us, aesthetics remains a key to understanding art and how we perceive and interpret the world. And then there's metaphor, one of the most powerful rhetorical figures. In Greek, metaphora means transfer. When we use a metaphor, we transfer the meaning of one word onto another, creating a bridge between two concepts. Metaphors are not just stylistic ornaments but tools for thinking and seeing the world differently. Time is money, or my home is my castle, are, for example, metaphors that represent the way we think, live, and understand reality. However, these linguistic treasures do not come solely from Greece. In fact, Latin not only preserved and transmitted Greek words that might have otherwise been lost, but it also provided us with equally important original terms. What about narrative? This term derives from the Latin
narrativus,
which refers to telling a story. Narratives are how we make sense of the world. Through stories, we share experiences, transmit knowledge, and build collective identities. From ancient myths to modern novels, narrative is the thread that binds us, making us feel part of something larger. Latin has also given us satire, from the word
satura,
which originally referred to a mixture of fruits but has come to signify a literary form that blends humor with social critique. Satire is a subtle weapon that exposes society's flaws with a smile. From Juvenal to Jonathan Swift, to modern satirists, this genre has proven to be a powerful tool for challenging authority and provoking change. Another exciting term is persona, which in Latin means mask. In theater, the persona is the character an actor portrays, but in literature, it is the voice the author assumes to tell the story. This idea of the mask is fundamental to understanding how stories are narrated and interpreted. Every author and narrator wears a different mask, offering a unique perspective and shaping how the reader perceives the world. And we cannot forget the prologue, an introduction that prepares the reader or viewer for what will come. The prologue is like an entrance door, an intro that sets the story's tone, theme, and setting. Shakespeare mastered this, using prologues to give the audience a taste of what they would experience throughout the performance. As you can see, these Greek and Latin terms are not just words. They are ideas, concepts, and worldviews that have traversed the centuries and continue to influence how we think, write, and create art. Every time we use one of these words, we connect with a vibrant past, carrying with us the legacy of the civilizations that shaped our world.